Guys, Shadow Lee here. This is basically a video about how I feel about JRPGs. Now, I like JRPGs, but that doesn't mean that some of them, or the majority of them for that matter, are pretty poorly made. And they're pretty much repeating the same cliches and overused crap from previous games, and it just doesn't like make any sense, and there's no actual progression to actual change it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a very interesting article on RPGfan.com that pretty much sums up my thoughts about what I think about the JRPGs. Now, yes, guys, I do enjoy playing JRPGs. They are my main genre of choice, but I'm not gonna lie when I say the majority of them are pretty bad, like I said before. My biggest gripe with JRPGs today is the story. Now, your whole end game could be fairly cliche, like save the world, stop the empire, or something of those lines. Like, I could really care what the end game is, but the journey to the end is pretty much, it's horrible in most games. It's mostly it's tedious, it's boring, and you just don't want to sit there and play. It's like you already know what's gonna happen already. Especially someone that's been playing JRPGs for a while, like I have. Now, games like what I can't understand is why games like Mass Effect 2 can be so intriguing. Mass Effect 2's endgame is pretty much cliche. It's save humanity, save the human race, save the world. That's pretty much what it translates to. But the journey there is very interesting. It keeps you going until the end. That's what most JRPGs suffer with nowadays. And I don't understand why it can't be anything that's different about it. Now, the problem with that is Japan themselves, that they're so afraid of change. They don't want to change anything about JRPGs because they feel that it's probably going to lose them money. But somebody's got to take a chance here. It's becoming boring playing the same stuff over and over again, seeing the same coherent story, but seeing the same characters. That's also part of the joy, the characters. You got a reckless main character or something like that. He has amnesia or something. Or the lead female is a bossy bitch. Or she's lonely and timid and she doesn't want to really do anything. It's stuff like that. Why do they always have to fall back on these archetypes and these cliches? That doesn't make sense to me. Now, I can't really change it. People in Japan really got to change it, but I can help by not buying some of these games. Like, I made it a point not to buy Record of Argus War Zero. I'm just not going to do that. Unless that game gets above a 7.5 from GameSpot, IGN, and Game Trailers, I'm not buying that game. Now, sure, the limited edition looks really tempting for me to buy, but I'm going to skip it. It's just that it looks like it's the same stuff. It looks like it's the same boring combat, same boring characters, and pretty much going to be the same boring storyline. That's what JRPGs suffer from. They don't know how to change. It's the same stuff going on over and over and over again. I enjoy playing them because I like RPGs. I like to think, use my brain at some points, and then endlessly button mashing, doing the same thing. Don't get me wrong, I like playing other games too. Other games do require you to think, but I like JRPGs, But I'm not gonna lie when most of them are bad. Okay, now I have a stack of JRPGs here. Now I'm pretty much gonna go through real quick. Whoa. Don't destroy these games. Okay, like I said, I got a stack of JRPGs here. Now I'm gonna go through real quick and just tell you a little bit about them and what they pretty much do the same as the other game. Tales of Vesperia. This is actually a pretty solid game. The only problem with it is that its story falls apart and the characters are pretty much cliches. All of them are. Renaissance of Fate. Now, this is actually a pretty good game all around. It's got a great battle system. I think it's got pretty good graphics. And the story it's not really that bad. I still haven't gotten around to beating this game just yet. I don't know why. Why haven't I beaten this game yet? I don't know. I'm going to get around to beating this game. I'm actually going to review this game because it's really that good. Star Ocean: The Last Hope. This game has a surprisingly excellent, amazing, spectacular battle system. Now, if the story and the characters were anything like the battle system, maybe, just maybe, this game would have stood a chance. But it's just horrible. The story is horrible. The characters are cliches, archetypes that you've seen so many times before. It's really just pathetic. Train Universe. It's pretty much a fan service type game, but still it suffers from pretty much bad story. Last Rebellion. I'm not even gonna say anything about this game. This game is horrible. Hyperdimensional Neptunia. This game has so many problems, just technical problems, bad graphics, bad load times. Let's just reform our Hyperdimensional Neptunia review, please, because this game is just so. It may be enjoyable, but it's really just there's just so many technical problems with this game. Cross Edge. This is pretty much a fan service type game, but still suffers from technical issues like Hyperdimensional Neptunia does. Alternate Kroga. Pretty bad story, and characters, they're just not that great. Valkyria Chronicles. I can't say anything about this game. This game is awesome. One of my favorites. It's just that good. But the problem is, JRPGs, they are just going through the same notions. There's nobody really willing to take a risk. Who's gonna do it? I don't know, but that's pretty much my standpoint.